Greetings, world. Welcome to another edition of the Julian and G.K. podcast. I, of course, am Julian. This is G.K. Sorry about the hiatus. It is my fault because, I have a child that takes up all of my time. But I was able to, squeeze some time, so we have to talk about Wrestlemania. I couldn't miss Wrestlemania season and we don't do a show about Wrestlemania. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
So, G.K., what are your just general thoughts about Wrestlemania this year? How do you feel about the card and where it's headed?
Pleasantly surprised, because we've been complaining for months that WWE has not been giving us anything really worth talking about, man.
Yeah.
Remember when we was hitting it 2 years ago? You know what I mean? We was podcast after podcast, all wrestling. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember? You know what I mean? We'd have the topics, and then you heard me calling collect from jail. Because we had that much to talk about. You know what I mean? But now, you know what I mean? We ain't done nothing. This is our first thing in 2018.
Yeah.
Because we really had to wait for the entire road to WrestleMania to be finished.
Yeah.
So this is like the Boys to Men version of our WrestleMania preview. This is how we're coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Motown Philly back again, although we've come to the end of the road. Because it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. But don't wait till the water runs dry. Because I'm doing just fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A song for Mama. Now, I'm pleasant. I really like the card.
Yeah.
It's taken me a while to figure out that they have kind of replaced that unnecessary, arbitrary tag team match where everybody who's just not working, who has nothing to do, they just throw everybody in.
Yeah.
Now they have the Battle Royals.
Yeah.
Not just for... We already had the Andre Battle Royal, but now we have the Women's Battle Royal. Put some respect on that name.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. That was an inside joke.
Yeah.
But as I was watching the previews, I saw for Asuka, they were like, she's the first... They put her on the same list as Randy Orton and for some people who have won a Royal Rumble, you know what I mean, and a main event of WrestleMania. And I'm like, that's smart. That puts the women... That's an extra step in putting the women on equal footing. You know what I mean? You have to give them the same opportunities. Maybe a tag team title would have to be in the mix at some point.
Yeah.
But you have to give them maybe a mid-card title stretching. But you know what I mean? You have to. They deserve equal opportunity to achieve equal accomplishments, and I feel like WWE is on the path to doing that. So that actually has stuck out the most to me on the card because I don't think they've ever had this many women matches on the card.
Yeah. Four women's matches, matches featuring women, which is a big deal because it used to be just one, barely one. Sometimes the one match wouldn't even get on the card; it would be saved for the pre-show. Now you got 3 matches on the main show and 1 in the pre-show, which is pretty good. And to your point, I like the fact that they've done the Battle Royal thing. I like that they did the Andre thing to kind of get all the guys who aren't in any of the main matches on the card, and now they did it for the women, kind of put on equal footing. Everyone gets a payday. Everyone gets to have a WrestleMania moment, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, so let's dig into this card because this is and something else about this WrestleMania, it is an extra long card. The last couple of years, we've had WrestleManias that have 9 matches, 8 matches. This WrestleMania has 14 matches. 14, well, 13 official, and then 1 the Cena Undertaker, which we'll get into later, which hasn't been made official. But if that develops into something, that'll be 14 matches on a WrestleMania. That's pretty big.
Right. Is this show starting at 5?
Yeah, it starts at 5 o'clock. A 7-hour show.
Damn.
5 to midnight. So, make sure you get rested the day before WrestleMania, boys and girls, if you're not watching NXT TakeOver, which looks like a really good card. We're not going to talk about that extensively because WrestleMania is so big, but watch TakeOver because that looks like it's going to be pretty good also.
Ooh, good thing I gave up liquor for Lent. Boy, wow. Because that is a hangover I must be ready for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. And we still got the Raw after.
Exactly.
Still got the Monday after.
The Raw after. And you have the SmackDown after now because now SmackDown has their own live show. So it's now you get 2 nights after WrestleMania, which is pretty big.
And we got to start training now because you know where WrestleMania is next year, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's in the Big Apple. New York City, baby. Can't wait for it to come here. We will be there.
Just like last time.
Yeah.
29, where were we?
Exactly.
In the building.
In the building.
In MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah. We're going to be there again.
That's right. Cold as hell.
Yes, cold as hell.
Wow.
I will say that. WrestleMania in March in New York, probably not the best idea. No. But am I going to complain? Hell no, because I get to go to WrestleMania in my backyard. So I'm not going to complain about that.
His backyard, me in New Jersey. Look,
exactly.
When you live in New York, New Jersey is your backyard.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
New Jersey is where New York dumps all the things that can't fit in New York.
Yep.
Like football stadiums and Sonics and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's where we dump
Baja Fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Panera Breads.
IKEA.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they opened one in Brooklyn, though, so I gotta take that
damn.
back. Yeah.
Oh, man. Wait, what else is out there?
It's a lot of stuff.
Wawa's.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Wawa's.
Mm-hmm.
I like Wawa.
Yep.
Oh, they got Wegmans out in Jersey.
Oh,
Wegmans
snap.
is the truth, son.
Yep. Shout out to Syracuse. Yep. Sweet 16. Good job.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Good job, Syracuse. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
And speaking of women, real quick, it has nothing to do with anything. Props to Notre Dame.
Oh, my God.
And for
game.
the women's Final Four being probably the best thing that happened in sports of the year thus far, and that's not even exaggerating, bro.
Yeah, they put the men's Final Four to shame. It was so every game in the Final Four was thrilling, and like even the last game, like that. I can't forget her. I can't remember her name right now. But to have 2 game-winning shots back to back is incredible
by the same player.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
I don't think that's ever happened.
That's a different podcast, man. Yeah. We're not even gonna get into that.
We can't even get
but Enrique, woo!
Yeah.
All right.
So
moving on.
Getting into this WrestleMania card. First match, Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight title. So, GK, who do you think is taking this match?
Oh, Cedric. Next. Cedric's the only black cruiserweight that hasn't let him down.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So, reward him.
Yes.
Next.
Exactly. I agree. Cedric. I like Mustafa. They've been doing some really good promo work with him lately, especially online, but this is Cedric's time. Like, he has to win that. So, we'll go to the next one. Next match. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Who do you think's taking this one?
This is tricky because look at the people who've won. Like we've put this panache on it. Sorry, my mom's husband's Jewish, so I have like a lot of like Passover, like Hebrew, Yiddish, and to me that makes no sense. Manischewitz. Yeah, like we keep thinking like, oh, what a big deal that they won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, especially this year because it's leading up to the big HBO documentary on Andre the Giant, which is supposed to be just complete masterpiece.
Yeah.
But thinking of like Mojo, that hasn't helped them in the last year.
Jinder lost the match.
Yeah. Baron before that didn't do much for him. Big Show does more like a coronary thing. Yeah. So this one actually makes it tough to call, and they have random tag teams in there. Yeah. I think the Dolph Ziggler choice is too obvious because what does he have to gain from it? Since it's already established that this is not really a rub if you win. So, man. You know what? You go because it's not going to be none of the tag teams.
Yeah.
So.
Nope.
Oh, Matt Hardy. I'll go with Matt Hardy. I'll go Woken Matt Hardy.
Okay.
Ultimate deletion.
Yes.
Oh God, I love that. That's a different podcast, my bad.
Exactly.
But I'm going with Woken Matt Hardy. Yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible. My bad.
But yeah, that's the pick that I was thinking. I was also thinking about Dolph Ziggler, but then when I thought about it, I was like, why would they give it to Dolph Ziggler when, it's kind of meaningless? Like, I guess, like, as a consolation prize for taking away the U.S. title for him to bring him back to do nothing. But at the same time, it's like, is this really, like, a reward? The only person that's done anything with it is Cesaro that's won it, and even then, they put him in a tag team, so he didn't even go on to singles glory. But if we have to, like, select somebody, I guess, from this Battle Royal, I guess... he hasn't even officially been announced for the match, but it's like I don't know what else he'd be doing. I'm gonna walk with Elias. I'm gonna go with Elias. I think if he's in the Battle Royal, he'll win it and hopefully the Battle Royal will start meaning something. Like I feel like they should make the winner of the Battle Royal like challenge for a secondary title, whether it's the IC title or the United States title, something like that. Something to make it meaningful, rather than just, you won the Battle Royal, and then for the next like 2 or 3 episodes of Raw or SmackDown, they announce you as the winner of the Battle Royal, and then they forget all about it until next.
You can't even carry the trophy.
Exactly. The trophy's too big, so you can't even carry it around. So it's like, give them some type of reward. Like, don't give them a title shot for the main title, because that's too big of a reward. But, maybe face the winner faces the Intercontinental Champion on the Raw after WrestleMania. Like, that's their reward. That would make sense.
Because you're not getting that trophy for TSA anyway.
Exactly. So, that's too big of a trophy. It's a big trophy when Cesaro struggled to lift that trophy up, and he lifts like everything. Yeah. So, Andre, I'll walk with Elias for that one. So next one, we got the Women's Battle Royal, formerly the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal, but we're not going to talk about that.
So social media actually got something right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Man. Of all causes.
Yes. Of all the causes that are out there, like, mass shootings, like things like that, let's stop Moolah. But it's like, I can't really argue with the people that didn't want her name on it. So now we have the women's battle royal with the trophy that weirdly resembles a woman's like productive trap, but we're not going to kind of talk about that. Have you seen what the trophy looks like? It looks very weird.
No.
Yeah, like Google that after.
I was saving that for Sunday.
Yeah, they showed it on Raw, like when the women were fighting. It looks very weird. But anyway, so women's battle royal. We got a couple of heavy hitters in it. We got Sasha, we got Bayley, we got Becky. So we got people that are kind of established in this battle royal. It's not just a chump battle royal like the entree battle royal might be a little bit. We have some good main event players in here. So who do you think's taking the women's battle royal?
You know what? I'm going to go with Becky Lynch, and here's why. None of them are all women needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's tricky with a women's battle royal. First of all, are they finally going to adjust? I mean, look, women play with a smaller basketball, you know what I mean? But at least it's still a 10-foot high rim.
Yeah.
All right? Women, you're in the same ring. But do you really need to go over the top rope? Can they change that rule, please?
But it worked for the Women's Royal Rumble.
No. It didn't work though. It worked that they had a Women's Royal Rumble, but the whole over the top thing that was a lot. That was a lot for them. That was a lot for them because they're small, not because they're not great athletes. Because they're small.
I think the only ones that struggle with it were the older women because getting over that top rope is kind of hard. But Sasha, Becky, all those girls got over the top rope pretty easy because they're athletic enough.
Because they're getting themselves over the rope. The whole point is to be thrown over the top rope. But these women can't be throwing themselves like that.
So to you, it looks kind of unrealistic when they get thrown out.
Pretty much.
I get you.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion. But I'm going with Becky Lynch because I think SmackDown needs it. Mm-hmm. And I need somebody who's going to believably going to be, beating girls up.
Yeah.
I need someone who's going to go in and they're going to fear them. Because Nia's not in it. So there's no, big behemoth woman in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no Amazon in there.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I'm actually going with Becky Lynch also because I feel like the only three real contenders for this are Sasha, Bayley, and Becky. Like the other women that you have in it, you have probably the Bells will pop up. You got Natalya in it. You got people that are have a resume.
Natalya's a sleeper. That's a sleeper pick.
Natalya's a sleeper. She has been getting shine on SmackDown lately by taking it to Charlotte, but I feel like Becky's going to get it for a couple reasons because I think Sasha and Bayley are going to cancel each other out. I feel that's going to continue their feud. Either one of them's going to turn full blown heel on the other one because they cost them the match, or they're just going to eliminate each other through sheer trying to get back at each other because they're in a little tiff right now, a friend tiff. So I think that leaves the window open for Becky because out of all the remaining women, she's the only one I think can get a rub off this and be the first winner of this. It should be someone that's kind of monumental. Mm-hmm. I don't think they should be giving it to Dana Brooke. No crapping on Dana Brooke, but it's just you're not on that level yet.
Yeah.
So both of us go Becky Lynch for the women's battle royal.
Yeah. I mean, I think Natalya's a sleeper pick. I think one of them Riot Squad girls are sleeper picks.
Yeah.
I believe one of them would win more than one of them Absolution girls would win.
Yeah.
And that's really it.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. That's it.
I mean, that's the whole writer's room. That was the whole pitch meeting. Boom. I don't even think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. So,
can't overthink it.
Can't overthink it. It's, I mean, it's there's three main contenders. It's probably going to be Becky.
Mm-hmm.
So next match for the United States title, we have Orton, we have Bobby Roode, we have Jinder Mahal, and we have Rusev Day. See how I blessed you guys with that?
Mm-hmm.
Be happy. Mm-hmm. So out of those four, who do you think's taking that U.S. title?
This is tricky, all right? Because there are a lot of elements in this match. First of all, Randy's established, right? So Randy doesn't need the win. All right, he won the world title last year. All right?
Yeah.
Randy don't need it, right? Mm-hmm. So he's out. And this is where I know we're going to differ. We had this side conversation. We had this conversation at least 7 times a year, right? About wrestling theme songs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I read this recent article by Jim Johnston, the guy who wrote all your favorite themes up until 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Until these new guys, I don't know their names, came in and eventually took over and put him out of a job.
Yeah.
Essentially. And in one of the interviews he did afterwards, he made a very valid point. He said, the music that's happening now, they're not themes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? None of these songs that you that you think these are not timeless songs. These are not songs that are describing the wrestler. And these are not songs that are making you excited to see the wrestler. If anything, you're excited to hear the songs, and then a wrestler pops out. All right. So when Glorious Bobby Roode came out, I fell for it too. I was like, yo, with that entrance and that theme, he's a can't miss.
Yeah.
All right. That has like a main event feel.
Yeah.
But now that he's on the main roster, sometimes the man makes the theme, and sometimes the theme makes the guy.
Yeah.
I think Glorious is a theme that doesn't describe him at all.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm pointing at you. It doesn't describe Bobby Roode at all. All right. I just think it's a great theme that they put on him. It's kind of like when a rapper like just spent a lot of money on a sample or on a beat.
Yeah.
All right, and then just laid a couple bars.
Yeah.
That's what Bobby Roode feels like. I feel like he doesn't live up to the theme, and I don't think the theme suits him. So I think the best thing about him is the theme.
Yeah.
And his entrance. Because be real, the whole point of a theme is once you hear the theme, you're like, oh snap, guess who's coming out?
Yeah.
The theme is supposed to get you excited for the wrestler who's coming out.
Yeah.
All right? Dun, 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 and then when it comes crashing down, that got you hype. Then Hogan came out.
Yeah.
All right? And then you got more hype for Hogan. All right?
True.
All right? Cena, same thing. How about you? And then he comes out. I don't know. And then he comes out. Then you get hyped to yell at Cena.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle, same thing. Like, those are themes.
Yeah.
All right? Shinsuke is a theme. That's all three into one.
Yeah.
He makes the song suits him.
Yeah.
And then you look forward to both.
Yeah.
Right? So he's an experience. That's a theme.
Yeah.
I'll give them that as far as the new themes go.
Yeah.
All right? Asuka, I do not give. But Asuka and Finn Balor, I give a lot of credit. Yeah. They heard the theme, and then they eventually thought, okay, I will work with the theme.
Yeah.
You don't know the lyrics to these damn songs. You don't care. But you can recite every 80s and 90s song word for word. You don't give a damn about these lyrics. And there's a reason, because these are not timeless songs. You're not really associating them with the wrestler. It's not the same nostalgic feel.
Yeah.
Right? AJ Styles, I bet you anything that they thought that "you don't want none" was going to be his catchphrase. I'll bet you anything. And it just didn't work like that. Yeah. But Finn now works with the song. Yeah. Asuka dances and moves to the song. Yeah. So I'll give them credit. But Bobby Roode, no. I think Bobby Roode was a miss. So that just leaves Jinder and Rusev.
Yeah.
They did not come up with Rusev Day.
No.
They don't believe in Rusev Day. And the thing is, if they cash in on Rusev Day on Sunday, they are killing it because the universe made it. So once the WWE gets involved in it, it's just not going to be cool anymore. So Rusev, they're not going to give Rusev the US title. I don't think so. I think they didn't create Rusev. They created Jinder. They see the money in Jinder. They need Jinder. His world title run, they did it. They established him. They put him there. You need to give him another belt. Mid-card him. I pick Jinder.
Okay. I agree with that. I'm going to talk about your assertion of theme songs. I mainly agree with you. In Bobby Roode's case, though, I don't think that it's a problem with the theme song. I think it's a problem with him being a face on SmackDown when he's born to be a heel. Like, if you saw the theme song in NXT, and when they did it in NXT, it fit his character perfectly. His whole character was, he's rich, he's good at wrestling, he's better than you, so he's glorious. And it's like, I'm better than you, and he's going to rub it in your face all the time. How can you be a face while saying that you're glorious? It's like, it's a weird thing. And yeah, like, I get it that they saw the fans grasp to the theme song and they thought, oh, okay, we'll turn him face. But it's like, no, they just like the theme song. But a lot of like great heels had great theme songs. Like Triple H always had great theme songs, but he was a bastard. And he was like always like a heel for the majority of his career. Like Jericho had like, the Breaking the Walls Down theme song, which is like kind of old hat now, but at the time it was a cool song. But he was a perfect heel. So it's like, you can have cool theme music that people sing along to and like, but still be a heel. I think their mistake was turning Bobby Roode face. It's just weird. Like, seeing him come out and be a face, he needs to be a heel. He needs to be talking about how rich he is with his, he needs to be like pretty much this generation's Flair. Just, I'm richer than you, I'm better than you, I'm going to beat you, like I'm glorious.
Yeah, you're wearing the robes.
Exactly.
You're mixed tagging with Charlotte.
Yes, it's like he's made to be this generation's Flair.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where they steered wrong, and I feel like they're going to right that ship. I think they've kind of like shown him being a little bit more aggressive and like heelish lately in the past couple of weeks. So I think they're like starting to realize that, and hopefully they turn him heel after WrestleMania. But like to your point, I think if they give it to Rusev now, I'd love to see Rusev win, but it'd be too soon. It'd be like the best things is when they make the fans wait for what they want. Like the reason that Daniel Bryan's thing was so successful, if they had Daniel Bryan win at SummerSlam and then he kept the title, like it wouldn't have blown up the way that it did. They would have been like, "Oh, great, our guy won," and he beat Cena clean, and then it would have been like, "Where would you go?"
I'm not giving WWE any credit for him.
No, trust me. WWE doesn't deserve any credit.
We'll talk about that later.
It was a complete accident.
We'll talk about that later.
So it was a thing where they wanted Orton to be the title holder at the time and lead to Orton Batista at WrestleMania, but then it just blew up in a way they didn't recognize it was going to get that big for him. But it wound up working in their favor. But I think with Rusev, if they give him the title now and they like let him be, whatever, people might start to lose interest. So to your point, I think Jinder will win this. I think Orton and Rude cancel out each other. It comes down to Rusev, Jinder. Jinder will win, and then Rusev and Jinder will feud. And I think that will be the turning point. Will turn Rusev into a face because the fans are embracing him. He'll feud with Jinder. They have a nice little feud, and that'll make him more popular. So by the time he finally beats Jinder for the U.S. title, it'll be meaningful. Right. So I'm going with Jinder for the U.S. title also.
It's probably like one of the most diverse, fit ripped body match in the history of WrestleMania. Yeah. Think about it. Think about the background of all four dudes. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I never say this about Randy Orton this will be like a different topic, and good thing he's married to a woman, and I've been out there in those streets. Look, wrestlers' physiques are a thing. All right, especially if you're an athlete, they're a thing. Even if you're not an athlete, that's something you marvel at, something awe. And with something about WrestleMania season, they be getting their bodies right. And I'm telling you, if it's going to be equal, who is going to get their body the rightest? Mm-hmm. Randy Orton always wins. When Randy Orton's at his rightest, and tightest, his body takes the cake. Yeah. We're going to edit this part.
We might have to edit this out a little bit because you're really fanboying over Orton here. But what you're saying is kind of true. I remember.
Why do you think Jinder even got there?
Yeah, exactly. Jinder.
How do you think Bobby Roode got there? Bobby Roode's 5'3".
If we're being honest, it's a thing.
You're the man though, Bobby Roode. Don't get me wrong, but you short compared to me. You short.
It's wrestling skills matter, but especially Vince, loves physiques. If you have a great physique, one of the reasons I think, Finn Balor, despite being how small he is so over, and it's getting, a main event push, is because Vince probably sees his body and goes, this kid is ripped. We got to put him out there. Because Finn does have, ripped, and women love, Orton and whatever because of their bodies, and it gives the guys something to hate, but then be damn, I wish I had a body like that, and make you go to the gym, or in my case, dream about going to the gym while I'm eating pizza. So it's but GK actually goes to the gym, so he's working on that Orton body. I will just dream about it and enjoy food instead.
And for the record, I've been working on this Orton body for 15 years, and it's not happened. So
yeah, I feel him and Cena just have freak bodies.
But a man can dream.
Yeah, we can dream. Yeah, about having the body, not about the body itself.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Thanks, ladies. I'm still here for you. You know what I mean?
So
next time,
I'm going to save GK now. We're going to go to the Intercontinental title match. Mm-hmm. So it's The Miz against Seth Rollins against Finn Balor. So GK, who do you think's taking this match?
Finn Balor. Because that's why it's triple threat. Because I still say there's still a problem with me and Finn. I still have problems believing him that most dudes in the most fighting situations that he can handle it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just because you switch to the Demon, you add 11 more pounds of makeup, you're still the same dude. All right? Your overall is still the same in the video game. Unless I'm wrong. Unless when he's the Demon, unless his Demon is 92 overall, and him just by himself in a leather jacket with wet hair is just an 84.
The Demon is actually rated higher in the game.
That's weird. You're not tricking me with that. So I feel like Finn Balor needs it. I feel like Finn Balor needs a moment to kind of make up for losing the Universal Championship the day after he won it.
Yeah. No rematch, by the way.
I think Seth Rollins proved this point a few Raws ago when he went for over an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like I'm still the man. Like, you know, I figured he needed that. Yeah. Miz just had a kid, brother.
Yeah.
Miz deserves a break.
Yeah.
No one on the roster deserves a break more than the Miz. Period. Cena's already taking his breaks.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? 91 rating, Rotten Tomatoes, blockers.
Oh,
we on that. We on that. We on that. Cena, I am happy for you, brother. Man, I see you on the talk show circuit. You even made the Deezus and Mero, my dude. Like, man, like, Cena, you win it. You were on the Bachelor finale. Mm-hmm. Craziest finale of all time. That's a different topic. But why he was even there, I don't know. I know, to promote the movie, but still, okay, that's a different topic. But yeah, I think Finn Balor gets his moment. Finn Balor.
Yeah. I'm in agreement with you for a couple of reasons. I think it's going to be Finn Balor because I think he's going to come out in the demon pain, and I think they want to keep the mystique of that he doesn't lose.
That's going to be a long-ass walk.
That's going to be a real...
That's going to be a long-ass crawl.
Yeah, he's literally going to have to crawl and do this about like 20 times. Before
That's why they're starting at 5.
Yeah. His entrance alone is going to take up an hour and a half just for him to get to the ring. Yep. So I think that he's... I think he's going to be the demon persona, so he's going to win because of that. I also think Miz is going to take a break because he just had a baby, so he'll probably
Congrats, Miz.
Yeah, congrats, man. Like a couple of months off. I like how we say like we personally know him, but still, congrats. Like, you know,
it's still real to me, damn.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So, but like Miz deserves a break, deserves to be with Maurice and his new baby. So like he'll probably take a couple months off to do that. And I feel like they're teasing a superstar shakeup after WrestleMania. I feel like they're going to move Seth Rollins to SmackDown and make SmackDown be Seth Rollins' show, so he can kind of get away from Roman, get away from some of the other guys Raw, and have a show of his own because he deserves it. Because like I think especially that Gauntlet match proved that the crowd is into him. He can carry a show on his own, and I think they're probably going to move Seth over to SmackDown after WrestleMania. So for all those reasons, I think that Finn is going to take it at WrestleMania. Yeah. So next match, SmackDown Tag Team Titles. The Usos, the New Day, the Bludgeon Brothers. Who you got, GK?
I'm going to be honest with you. I just want this to be the match of the card. That's what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they had like a gimmick, like ladders or something, then I would be even more hyped that the Bludgeon Brothers even inserted into this match. But man, we've been saying this like Big E, man. Like I want you to be the dude. I don't know why WWE doesn't see it. Mm-hmm. I mean, look what they just did with the Shield. How they just like Wu-Tang Clan the Shield. Like you can how they listen to us, American Alpha all day.
Yep.
You don't have to leave the New Day to reach your singles potential, my dude. Like I think you have to be athletic. You got to be good on the mic. You got to be unique. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You have to be familiar. You check all those boxes, my dude, like in a way that nobody else does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I understand the country we're living in right now, so you're probably not going to get invited to the White House if you win. You know what I mean? But I think you are the dude wrestling needs, and it's gotta start picking up somewhere. Yeah. So this is not even a prediction. This is more of a hope. I mean, if the Usos win, I would not be mad. They deserve it. Yeah. They've resurrected themselves by themselves for the past year. And they have proven that they're the number one tag team on the block. They did it all on their own. Yeah. They are self-made. All right? New Day, though, Big E, you especially, man, I want this for you. So I'm going with the New Day.
Okay.
It's not even my prediction. That's just who I want.
Yeah, okay. I got you. Like, I can't disagree with that. Talking about like what you're saying about Big E, I 100% agree. I feel like he is a main eventer. He needs to be a champion someday. He has it all.
And you're on SmackDown.
Exactly. He has it all. He has the look. He has the wrestling skill. He has the promo skill. He has he could be he could be humorous if you need him to be. Right. He could be serious. Like I loved a couple of weeks ago after the Bludgeon Brothers beat them down. He did an interview and he was like, "No, there ain't going to be no smiling today. There's not going to be because they hurt my brothers." And and the way that he talked, you believed him. You look like a big angry black dude that you like, oh crap, he's pissed off. I don't want to mess with that dude. So he can do both. He can be serious and scary, and he can also do like humor if you need him to. So I think Big E's time. I was reading this article online the other day that was actually talking about the Triple H Booker T match from WrestleMania 19 and that atrocious ending and how it had the racial overtones and they still didn't let Booker T win, and they brought up the fact that no black person has won a title match at WrestleMania except for Naomi at WrestleMania last year's WrestleMania since then. So it's like when you think about it, 15 years, in 15 years, only one black wrestler has won a title at WrestleMania, and it was Naomi. It's kind of crazy.
Right. And yes, that includes The Rock. When The Rock beat Cena,
Mm-hmm.
the title was not on the line.
Yeah, exactly.
And when he beat Stone Cold, the title was not on the line.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So and when he beat Hogan,
Mm-hmm.
the title was not on the line.
Yep.
So these are all facts.
Exactly. So, like, The Rock's victories don't count because when he beat Cena, it was on the line. And then when they had the rematch, he was already the champion, and then Cena beat him.
Right.
So it's like, that's something that needs to change. Like, they have a lot of talented black wrestlers. And not just like, we're not just saying, just give all the titles to the black wrestlers. We love all the wrestlers.
No, we're saying give it to Big E.
Exactly. Give it to Big E because Big E deserves it. And I think if they cannot see that, and to GK's point, you don't have to break up the New Day. The New Day can go their separate ways, but still be like a unit. Like, they can get together, like if, one of them's getting picked on by a certain wrestler and they need to gang up, then they can do that. But they can also, like, Big E can focus on the world title. Xavier and Kofi can focus on the tag team titles or try to go for secondary titles, like the IC title or the US title.
Because you've dominated both tag team divisions by now. Like,
exactly. It's like
y'all are ready for the next.
Yeah, they're ready for that next step, and they deserve it.
Right.
So,
and look at Rusev, man. Like, what? I'm telling you, like, I don't. Are we crazy?
No.
Are we crazy?
No.
All right. Are we the only ones who see it?
Yeah. It's like it's all there. It's like they have the guys that can lead them to the through the next decade. They just got to use them.
Right. And he'd be good.
Yeah.
No, he's familiar, but he's fresh.
Exactly.
All right. Like that's what. And don't worry. I mean, look. Yeah, I saw Black. This is not about this. All right. Like I really think that he is a unique, elite athlete and performer. He is seasoned yet still young.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the prime. This is the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just, I'm not saying he has to win the world title on Sunday.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, in order for you to start viewing him in that light, you have to start somewhere.
Exactly.
So you have to give him WrestleMania moments, man.
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like Sunday would be a ample opportunity to get on that road.
Exactly.
So,
and so I kind of agree with you. I want the New Day to win because they haven't really had any WrestleMania moments. They got beat by the League of Nations of all people.
And then they hosted.
And then they hosted WrestleMania. And instead of, they could have just inserted themselves in the tag match. They could still have the Hardys in the match, but I would have liked to see the New Day in the match also. That wouldn't have been a bad thing. So I want the New Day to win, but who do I think is going to win? I think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to win because they've been dominating. They've been killing everybody. So I think they're going to have the Bludgeon Brothers win. And I think maybe, hopefully, after WrestleMania, they'll start to move in the direction of, okay, the New Day is going to start branching out individually. And I would love if, after WrestleMania, Big E wins, a Battle Royal or something like that, where he gets a shot at the championship, just to see how he is in the main event scene. So I'm hoping they lead that direction. But for this specific match, Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, but don't break him up.
Yeah,
but
don't break him up. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
they got too much chemistry.
Kofi, you're a Hall of Famer.
Yep.
All right. If anybody doesn't think you're a Hall of Famer, they just
check the stats. Check the resume.
They just don't know.
Yep.
All right. Xavier, you know who you are. I mean, you got a PhD, brother. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I'm not knocking you, but you don't need to be world champion.
No.
That's not what you need, brother. The New Day doesn't work without you.
No.
You know what I mean? That is your legacy.
Yep.
Brother. You were smart enough to, when they told you to go out there, hey, summon all black wrestlers with that promo, and then, all of a sudden, I don't know, for some reason, the text only went through to Big E and Kofi, and they came out, and then whatever original gimmick y'all tried to do, I'm glad you had the wherewithal and awareness to scratch that, and just be y'all.
Yep.
And y'all being y'all brought out the best in y'all, together and individually. And I think y'all need to reap the rewards of that individually, and Big E is the guy.
Yep.
Next.
So, next one, we got The Bar versus Strowman and mystery partner. So, GK, first, who do you think Strowman's mystery partner is going to be? And then who do you think is going to win the match?
I think that's both the same question. Come on, whoever his mystery partner is going to be, they're winning.
Yeah.
I mean, The Bar, they've done their thing. You know what I mean? They're all good. They can survive it. They can win the tag titles back down the road. Whatever, it's fine. But, Strowman got to win. Strowman got to win something.
Yeah.
I have no idea who the hell he could bring out. You think Elias is going to be the Battle Royal, so we're going to knock Elias. It's got to be someone who's not on the roster.
Yeah.
There's got to be someone we don't know. Rey Mysterio, somebody. And I don't even want to put too much thought into it because I don't want to spoil it for myself.
Yeah. I get you. For who I think it's going to be, there was somebody who I thought all along, I was it's definitely going to be this person, and that was Samoa Joe. And the reason I thought that is because Joe's been out for a while.
Yeah.
He's been cleared medically to go. So I think that that would be, and having a tag team of Strowman and Joe would just be, and you know that it would only be a matter of time until they break up and then they feud. So I think that would be perfect. So I was convinced. I was oh, it's going to be Joe, no problem. But then a little bit earlier this week, news came out that Big Show just signed an extension to his contract for the next 3 years. And then I thought, a tag team of Strowman and the Big Show, that would be crazy. Because I feel like they feuded, and Show has gone on an interview saying how he was passing the torch to Strowman and Strowman impressed him, whatever. So I wouldn't be surprised if now that Strowman's a face, he brings back Big Show as his partner, and then they just become this huge tag team that nobody can beat, and they just become the most dominant force on Raw. So I wouldn't be surprised at that. So my initial prediction was Joe, but I think it's probably going to be the Big Show, and then him and Strowman are going to win the tag team titles.
Okay, I mean, look, if it is Show, please let it be a huge pop. That's all I ask.
Yeah. Because,
Show deserves it too. We've been on the podcast, we talked about how underrated, underappreciated Show is overall. Mm-hmm. Now, some of that we put on Show himself. Yeah. We're fair.
Yep.
But look, man, greatness is greatness. If you did your thing, you did your thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you've had a good career and you got the chops, you got the skills, you know what I mean? You got the athletic tools.
Yeah.
Then Show is it. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a whole different thing. I'm not going to compare him to Andre, but I even heard it on a mainstream sports show earlier in the week because they've gotten previews of the Andre the Giant documentary.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest differences between Andre and Big Show is what people don't realize is Andre was not a great athlete. Mm-hmm. Andre was not athletic. Andre was not articulate. Mm-hmm. He was not charismatic. He was just larger than life, and then he was built up that way.
Yep.
All right? Show, I feel, would have been bigger than Andre if they had switched eras.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I feel, because Show has the personality. Show has the athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
Show has the durability.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel and Show, I think Show, you're a first ballot Hall of Famer either way. Mm-hmm. I just feel it's going to be they're going to name you first ballot Hall of Famer, mm-hmm. and then the universe is going to be what?
Yeah.
And then maybe they might panic or just have a plan B of someone else who's a big name, and then they're going to debate who's going to be the headliner. Yeah. And I don't want that for Show. I think Show should be the headline of a Hall of Fame class.
Yeah, he deserves it because at the end, to your point, if he was from another era, he would be. If he was from the '80s, he would have been a big deal. It's just that he came up a little bit too late because he came up in the mid '90s when the style of wrestling was starting to shift more towards athletic, high-flying, you had the Shawn Michaels, the Bret Harts, the Rey Mysterios. So, fans started to gravitate more towards that style. So his style was kind of seen as, old hat. And, from the 80s, because in the 80s, 70s and 80s, they just like to see big dudes beating the crap out of each other. That's why Andre was such an attraction. He was bigger than everybody else, and he was beating the crap out of dudes, and the fans loved that. But by the 90s, fans wanted something more. You had, ECW, where guys are, falling off of buildings through tables, so having, a guy chokeslam someone wasn't that impressive anymore. But it's to Show's credit, there's been a ton of other big guys in the industry that have come and gone, but Big Show had durability because he was funny. He could be serious when he needed to be. He could put on great matches when he needed to be. That's another thing underrated about Big Show. He would put on great matches when it was needed of him. So I completely agree with GK. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I hope that when he is inducted into the Hall of Fame, that he is the headliner because he deserves it.
Who hasn't he feuded with that they didn't come out better? Mm-hmm. Who hasn't he tagged with? You know what I mean? What? I mean, you tell me.
Exactly.
You
name Show.
You name it. Yeah. Look at all these errors. You know what I mean? He's a team player, which I think is worked to his detriment.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, probably behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Come on, he was ECW champ. Look how many different styles and eras and different feuds and face heel. All the no one's had to wear more hats and have more of a mixed bag of dance partners than him.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if it is Show, just give him the pop he deserves.
Yes, exactly. So next match, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Raw Women's Championship. Who you got?
Oh, it's Nia. It is Nia 100%. They've been holding off on this for so long. Not just to make Nia champion, but the fact that you can't put Alexa realistically next to girls that will. How can I put this eloquently? Beat down that bottom. All right, so you know what I mean. Like once you see them like face to face, it's gonna be obvious, right? Like before, like when they just square off, you're gonna be like, how did Alexa even pull this off?
Exactly,
because she's a gem on the mic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And she can wrestle, but she's like 4'11".
Exactly,
and Nia Jax is not 4'11". And Nia Jax, and look at the storyline, man. Like Nia's not gonna take all that bullying and shame to not come out on top, especially during this women's evolution. Come on, you don't want that example. That's Nia, and I hope it's a great moment. I hope it's an emotional moment.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's Nia, and I hope it's like China Ivory from WrestleMania 17, just a squash. Just Nia comes in, squashes her like a bug, gets her pop, everyone loves her, and she deserves it. So that's where I'm going. Like definitely Nia Jax. So next one, we got Charlotte against Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So who do you think is taking this one?
This might be the match I'm looking forward to the most. It might be. It might be.
Yeah.
It might be.
That's how stacked this card is. This is like, we still got a whole bunch of other matches to go. And this could main event some shows.
Man, I hate to do this because, you know what? I've given them both my jammies.
Well.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I have. Okay. I mean, wow, that's going to confuse anybody watching this for the first time.
Yeah.
The jammies are end of the year awards. You know what I mean? That's really what it is.
Exactly.
I mean, wow, that could have made up for all that, like Randy Orton body talk, but my bad. I'm gonna go with Asuka on this one because I feel like Charlotte's the queen anyway, and I feel like Charlotte doesn't need to be world champion to be the queen. She proved that when her and Sasha were passing the title back and forth. So I think it was supposed to be a great moment for Asuka. Make the most out of your investment, man. And just let her be an unstoppable champion. And then whenever she does finally have to lose, it'll be a big moment for whoever beats her down the road. Yeah. So this is Asuka.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's Asuka, and I think, like Charlotte will put up a great fight. It'll be a great match, but ultimately it's Asuka because I think it has to be Asuka because I think the direction the WWE is going in, especially with the signing of Ronda Rousey, I think that it's going to be Asuka. She's going to take the title. She's going to keep it until next WrestleMania, and then we'll have Ronda Rousey, who's undefeated at that point as well, and they face off at WrestleMania 35. And I think that's the match that WWE is building towards. They want those two unstoppable forces meeting each other, and something has to give. So I think it's going to be Asuka who takes it, and then this is going to lead up until next year's WrestleMania. I don't foresee her losing the title until next WrestleMania, possibly.
Well, hopefully they're healthy, and Ronda's good enough by then.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for. But Charlotte, I just want it to be a good match. I want Charlotte, because I feel like Charlotte, man, you are just like you are so damn good that I just need you to have like that match. You know what I mean? I just need you to have that WrestleMania match because you know I don't. No disrespect, I don't want you to be Randy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like you just naturally have all the gifts. It just looks easy for you because it probably is.
Yeah.
It probably is second nature, no pun intended. but you need the moments.
Yep.
You need the moments, and I don't want WWE to take those moments away from you. So I want, even in defeat, you can have those moments.
Yeah.
And I want Sunday to be that for you. I wanted to elevate both of you.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. So next match, we got Daniel Bryan, the returning Daniel Bryan, and Shane McMahon against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So who do you have in this match, GK?
I'm going to surprise you on this one.
Okay.
I'm going to surprise you on this one. And I don't have any factual reason to do it. I think Kevin and Sami win this. Because I don't know. I don't see the last SmackDown they tried to like patch it all up. But Shane and Bryan were beefing.
Yep.
Like, you know,
for months.
Yeah, they were I don't feel that their hatred for Sami and Kevin is that strong and that deep.
Yeah.
Personally. You know what I mean? So if Bryan is coming back full time, Bryan does best when the odds are stacked against him and he has to challenge authority. But right now he is the authority. So he's going to drop that general manager hat. Thank the Lord, because we've been saying this whole time it never fit him.
Nope.
But you understood why he had to wear it.
Yeah.
I think he has to feud with Shane. He has to feud with the Authority. Yep. I feel like Sammy and Kevin, they win. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They kind of side with Shane, or something to that effect. Because Brian has to climb. He has to go uphill.
Yep.
So that's what I think. If he starts back on the top, then it would just be just for the pop.
Yep.
But then where do you go after that?
Exactly.
So I feel like there's more juice out of Sammy and Kevin win.
Yeah. I'm going to surprise you because I 100% agree with you.
Why?
I feel the same thing. Because I have the same exact line of thinking. Because when I saw this match, at first I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they're going to have Daniel win. But then I thought about it, and I was like, because first of all, the stipulation is if Owens and Sammy win, they get reinstated to SmackDown. So that was the first red herring. I was like, okay. It wasn't like they just reinstated them and have the match. They said the stipulation is you have to win the match in order to be reinstated. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I don't think they're going to keep KO and Sammy fired or send them to Raw. I think they're going to keep them on SmackDown. So I was like, that would mean Daniel losing, but I said, but then it makes sense because Daniel does what? He's the best at being the underdog. So I think they're going to have him as the underdog. Shane's going to cost him the match. Shane's either going to cost the match or they're going to lose the match and Shane's going to turn on him. And now he's going to be facing the Authority again, which is going to make the fans rally behind him. Kevin and Sammy get reinstated, and then they also wreak havoc and probably become goons for Shane, and then it all works out. So I think that's the direction they're going in.
Right.
So I 100% agree.
Right, and before you get upset at us for spoiling or planting the seed that you didn't want there,
yeah.
This is really what you want. Yeah. Not for you to get the news from us. Yeah. But down the line, that's what you want. That's what you love about him.
Exactly. It will be much better. It's the momentary pop of him winning his return match that pales in comparison to him feuding and eventually overcoming the Authority. That's much better.
Right.
So it's a means to an end. Mm. So next match we have Kurt Angle and the debuting Rowdy Ronda Rousey against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. So who do you got with this match?
Kurt and Ronda have to win because they don't gain a damn thing with her losing. Nope. Not a single cent.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nothing makes no sense at all. Am I still looking forward to the match? Hell yeah. But because something about Triple H at WrestleMania. I don't think I'm wrong. I think just based on track record, body of work, there have been some misses. But when it just comes to just getting it, and when it just comes to just straight up in the ring storytelling, guy who gets the small and big picture on the grandest stage of them all, Triple H is that dude. Yeah. So I feel like they're gonna cook up something that's gonna work.
Yeah, definitely.
Kurt and Ronda, they gotta win.
Yeah, Kurt and Ronda are going to win, and I feel like to your point, I think Triple H on the grand stage usually always produce something. The only one that really sticks out to me as being kind of a stinker was one against Randy Orton, just mainly because Orton should have won, and they just kind of used their finishers in the first minute of the match, which is weird. Right. But all the other matches, even the disappointing matches, were still relatively good.
Yeah, his misses is when he wins.
Yeah, exactly.
When he beat Randy, that was a miss.
Exactly.
When he beat Booker T, that was a miss.
Yeah. But all those other matches have been relatively entertaining. So I think it'll be a good match. It'll be a fun match. Ronda, of course, will win, and and that'll be it. So moving on to the next match, which isn't an official match, but this is a match that may happen. Or we'll see what happens. And that's John Cena, who's been calling out The Undertaker for weeks, against potentially The Undertaker if Undertaker decides to answer his challenge at WrestleMania itself. So GK, if they do wind up having a match, well, I guess first of all, do you think they're going to have a match? And if they do have a match, who do you think is going to win?
If they have a match, I have Undertaker.
Okay. I agree. I feel like if Undertaker had answered his challenge before, I think Cena might have won and then officially retired The Undertaker. But I feel like Undertaker's going to come out at WrestleMania. He's going to call Cena out from the crowd because supposedly Cena's going to be sitting in the front row. Call him out, impromptu match, and then Undertaker wins it and gets to ride off into the sunset, with his last victory at WrestleMania. And Cena would be more than glad to do the job for him, and it would make sense because Cena's been calling him less than a man for weeks. Yeah. So this would be a way for Undertaker to get his revenge and to be able to ride the sunset after, so he wouldn't have to lose on his way out. So I think that would be the end of a good a historic career and a good way to end it. So
I think so too, and it's. Who wouldn't you trust more than Cena? You almost threw me off because I'm because Taker is old school. Yeah. The whole
Oh yeah, go out on your back.
Go out on your back, right? And of course, if he's going to do that, he's only going to lose to people he respects. Yeah. So Brock makes sense.
Yeah.
no matter how you feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Roman, he was doing what he had to do for the biz.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine him having any more respect for anyone in that locker room than Cena.
Exactly.
But then on the flip side, who in that locker room could Cena have more respect for?
Yeah.
So, and you can see Cena's on like this, like, my name is Earl thing where he's just like giving back and like trying to like atone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like Taker deserves this. Taker does not deserve to go out on his back. They probably talked him out of it.
Yep.
Like, Taker, you're going to ride off in the sunset.
Yep.
Like, the icon that you are.
Exactly. And something Cena said on Raw that like stuck with me. He said, why don't I take another match when I could easily have another match? I don't want to bury any younger talent anymore. I figured me and Undertaker would be good because two old guys going at it to see who's one of the best ever.
Makes
and
sense.
That made sense to me, and that's why Undertaker winning would win, because Undertaker winning doesn't like bury anyone. It doesn't crush a young talent. He's beating Cena, who's like untouchable. He's the like probably the biggest name ever, like top 3 along Austin, Rock, and maybe Hogan. Well, Hogan was there before, but now kind of
Right. That's why you're starting at 5 o'clock. You got time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You got time. If you're gonna be mad at something, be mad at Finn Balor's 22-minute entrance as he stopped, dropping rolls all his way down the whole stadium. Like, whatever. Watch. You'll see. We'll see. Like, you're laughing a little bit now, but watch. Watch.
Yes.
Watch.
Yeah,
Watch.
that was fun. Oh, quick question: do you think if Undertaker comes back, is he going to be old school Undertaker, or is he going to be American Badass Undertaker? Since Cena's been calling him out as a man.
No. I think you went too far with that one. I think you went too far. No, man, he hasn't been a badass in like 15 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, come on, man. Yeah, he's not gonna ride a motorcycle now. We're gonna ride a moped now. No, he's not gonna do it.
All right, so now we're getting to the meat and potatoes, the 2 main events of the evening. First one, AJ Styles against Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE title. Who do you have winning this?
You know what? We've been talking about this forever.
Mm-hmm.
About Shinsuke. Does WWE really know how to use him?
Yep.
And for the most part, we've been right. They don't.
No.
But the Royal Rumble is what I call the ultimate atonement. There's no storyline. You can right a lot of wrongs in one night.
Yep.
They rebuilt Finn Balor in one night, making him the Iron Man.
Yep.
For example.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They reset Asuka for all that whack mediocrity that they were putting her through once she made it to the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
So that alleviated that.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles. I agree with Cena. He deserves his WrestleMania moment.
Mm-hmm.
But AJ Styles is such a wrestler's wrestler. Mm-hmm. He is such a elite universal performer that he is in that Shawn Michaels, Eddie Guerrero club. He is the first guy that I could think of that maybe Flair in 92, 91. He's the only guy I know that just walked right into the WWE main event scene that the WWE didn't create with the reputation that I'm that dude.
Yep.
I'm already that dude.
Exactly.
And the crowd just bought in. They followed suit. They knew.
Yep.
He doesn't need to win. Shinsuke needs to win. But by them doing that, AJ knows how to do that where they both win in the long run.
Yep.
So I want this to be the match of the night. I really do. You know what I mean? I want New Day Uso. I want that match to be the best match.
Yeah.
I want that to be like the best actual match in the ring.
Yeah.
But I like the overall package presentation, storyline, like, you know, what it means down the road, all that.
Yeah.
I want Styles Nakamura to be that, and I want it to be that for both of them. So in order for that to happen, Shinsuke needs to win, and you deserve it, brother. Let's take the Tokyo Dome to Mercedes-Benz Dome and do it.
Yep. I 100% agree with everything that you said. I think Nakamura needs a match. I think, like you said, the Royal Rumble was the rebuilding of Nakamura because after, like, you know, he had a good run in NXT, but he'd been pretty lackluster on the main roster. A lot of it was due to the booking. Some of it, admittedly, was due to him, like, not, like, maybe putting his all in some of the matches. But you can see from the Royal Rumble to now, he's been, like, reinvigorated. Like, all of his matches have been very entertaining. Like, he's been, like, entertaining in his promos. Like, you know, he's been, like, stepping up his game because he realizes how big of a moment this is. That this is something that he's been wanting, like, since he was in Japan, because he even did an interview on SmackDown saying, like, yeah, you know, I've wrestled all over the world, done all this stuff, but the goal has been WrestleMania. That's the goal of, like, every wrestler that gets in the industry, is to be in the main event of WrestleMania, just be a part of WrestleMania. So he's going to be a part of WrestleMania. AJ's going to, like, you know, do his usual phenomenal stuff, and I think they're going to have an amazing match, and Nakamura takes it in the end.
Yeah, that's what he could be, that global star, and you need he's 40. Mm-hmm. So if you're not going to do it now, when you already had him toiling here for 3 years,
exactly.
You know what I mean? You do it now. He's got it.
Exactly.
Charisma, original, unique, strong, tough. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, this is the guy where, like, hardcore MMA dudes be like, he's got something.
Yep.
Really casual people, he's got something. Kids, he's got something. Parents are like, okay, he's a little odd, he's a little quirky, but he has an it factor.
Exactly.
This is how you exploit that it factor on the biggest stage you can do it, on a global basis.
Yep.
Do it.
Yeah.
If you're watching. Can you just watch?
Yes.
Just watch us, man. Come on, we mean well.
We're
on the same team.
We're giving you gems here.
Mm-hmm.
Gems.
Yep.
All right. So, now, main event of the evening. The much talked about, the much, like, discussed about main event of the evening. Brock Lesnar against Roman Reigns for the Universal title. Who do you think is winning this, GK?
You know what? I think this is going to Roman because, I mean, not because it's the obvious pick, but part of the problem that they've been having with Roman is you keep not the whole, like, forcing him down your throat part, but you've been pitting him against people that they like more than Roman.
Yeah.
I think Brock's novelty has worn. He's taken the year off. Like, let's be real about it.
For real.
I'm not knocking him. Like, you are a damn good businessman, Brock Lesnar. And you deserve it, man. You're a one of a kind phenomenon.
Yep.
But you know your contract's expired. You're 40.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, we already know how much you yearn for legit competition every now and then. You know, to go with the check. Yep. You know what I mean? You do your own thing. You play by your own rules. You know what I mean? Even Heyman is like, come on, we've done this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like. And remember, they Wu-Tanged him. So, you know, he needs his Method Man moment. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so give Reigns this. It was already preordained.
Yep.
But now you actually waited for the time when people aren't going to be mad that you're taking the title off Brock and putting it on him.
Yeah.
And I think they found the only smart, realistic way to do it. Like, I'm full-time. You know what I mean? Like, Brock is Vince's boy. If I was Vince's boy, then I'd be part-time in it too. You know what I mean? But I don't get the same privileges and liberties that Brock Lesnar does.
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's kind of like a people's champ kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he better thank Seth and Dean and us, Jamaican Alpha, for suggesting that just reunite the Shield for a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to remind folks why y'all liked him in the first place.
Exactly.
And now you've done it for a little bit. You didn't overdo it. He's on his own. Crown him. King him.
Yeah. So, I agree with some of the things, but what I think Roman's going to win. I think this is obvious. We know that this is what's going to happen, people. Roman Reigns is going to win this match, but the way that they get there is going to be the interesting part. What I think Brock is gone after this, maybe not for good, but he definitely has the itch to go back to UFC to do something else. So I think he's going to do that for a while before maybe returning at a later date. So I think for right now it's going to be Roman. So what you have to do is you have to have Roman win this match, but doing it in an interesting way that won't get people to turn. Because they've been doing the whole, you're Vince's boy, you're whatever. But people are still cheering for Brock Lesnar over Roman Reigns, which is like crazy. Like, because when you logistically think about it, like, Roman is right. Like, Brock Lesnar really is Vince's boy more than Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar gets a $5 million contract, gets to sit at home, like, for the 75% of the year and, like, barely put it in, where Reigns is there every week, getting booed by fans, but he's there every week. But for some reason, the fans still don't like Roman. They still want to boo him. So my theory is, like, if you're going to have, like, them boo Roman, then let him boo Roman for real. Like, have Heyman either turn on Brock, or after Brock loses, pretty much renounce Brock and, like, line up with Reigns, and now you can have Heyman be the talking piece for Reigns, which will automatically legitimize him and make him more interesting, because you won't have Reigns giving, like, droning promos anymore, because, like, Reigns, even though he's improved on his promos, he's still better at just kicking ass. That's what he's good at. He's good in the match, because no matter what people say, Roman Reigns is a great professional wrestler. Can we please stop this nonsense of Roman Reigns can't wrestle? It is ridiculous. Like, he's had so many many great matches over the last 2 years. To say that he is not a good wrestler is just, it makes you look silly. It makes you look like you're not really a fan and you're just holding on to some ridiculous grudge. Just the same way that people were saying Cena can't wrestle when he was putting on like numerous great matches every year. Like at some point, these guys became great wrestlers. You can't hold it against them that they were not good in the beginning. They improved, and you have to honor that. So I just think, have Roman, just go on a tear, have Heyman align with him, have him face all your favorites and beat them, have him have a Vader-like run where he's just running through the competition so that when someone finally does beat him, it'll be a big moment. Like, I want Reigns to still be a badass, still be able to be a dominant champion, but make people boo him and, boo him for a reason, because he's a badass that none of their favorites can beat, so that when someone finally does come along and beats him, it'll be a big deal.
Look, we have to give Roman credit for the past year that he's had, but we have to give credit where credit is due to the roster. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because it's not just like the ending of storylines, like, oh, have him beat Undertaker, have him retire Undertaker. No. Have him headline this WrestleMania, that WrestleMania. Like, yeah, the fans, you see through it. Mm-hmm. But I think he's earned the respect of the locker room. Yeah. So look at all the people that have gone out of their way to groom him in the past year. Mm-hmm. All right. Miz went out of his way to groom Cena, switch rosters. Yep. You know what I mean? Just so, look, give me some time with him because I have to groom him for what's next. Like, he's the guy. Yep. I think the guys in the locker room have now, gotten on board that he's the guy. Yep. Seth and Dean came back hey, man, we're here for you. We're coming back for you. Strowman.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's been groomed for this moment. Mm-hmm. And it's been done in a way that's kind of organic, but at the same time, you could feel like he has the blessing from the guys whose opinions you value. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Cena's. So now you got Cena saying, yeah, he's the guy. Now you got Miz saying, okay, I respect him. He can go. These are the guys whose opinions you actually want to listen to. Okay, if they know, that's what they think, mm-hmm. and not just the suits in the office. Yeah. So that's what I think this WrestleMania is going to end. And I don't think it's going to be as negative of a backlash as you think. Because you don't like Brock more than him. You don't. Yeah. The novelty is worn off. Mm-hmm. He's an attraction. He's an event. He don't give a damn about y'all. Which is cool. Being the rebel and everything is cool for a time. Yeah. But then when you take the year off, yeah, you know what I mean? You're not that upset. See, you're not mad at him. You're not upset they took it. You didn't miss him. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just, trust me, it'll all work out.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and that's WrestleMania 34, folks. So that's what we think about it. What do you think? What are some of your predictions? What do you think about what we said? Please leave comments. Let us know what you thought about the show. Let us know what you think about WrestleMania 34 in general. This is like Christmas for wrestling fans, so we're super excited about it. Can't wait to see it. So thank you for watching this video. Yes, pat ourselves on the back for another great show.
Shout out to Barry Horowitz.
Oh, okay. Yes, mm-hmm. Always, just because. Mm-hmm. Why not? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, GK, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
Look, man, we've been waiting all year for this, man. Let's enjoy the weekend. Let's enjoy the show. Wrestling, this is for us. Yeah. You know what I mean? And yeah, we open the door for other people to get on board and jump on the bandwagon. Hopefully they do. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's all about not only WWE putting out a good product, you know what I mean, doing their thing in New Orleans, but it's also we got to represent too, man. Part of the reason why people don't want to be fans of something is because they judge it based on the people who are already fans. Yeah. And they're like, oh, y'all are whack. Why would I want to join that? Come on, man. You know what I mean? We don't have to act like we're above anything. We get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? We get it. We're always going to be about it. You know what I mean? And we do want other people to be about it too, but to be about it for the right reasons. Yeah. And WrestleMania is always that time to showcase what we've been cherishing, valuing, defending for most of our lives at this point. Let's be real. None of us are new. Yep. You know what I mean? We know what it is, and we celebrate what it is. And that's what WrestleMania is. Yeah. It's our celebration of this thing that we love on the biggest scale. So let's just do it up. Let's do it up together. Let's enjoy the show. I wish good health and happiness to all the people performing and all the people involved. Yep. And let's make it happen, Cap.
Yeah, let's do it. So WrestleMania this Sunday. Looking forward to it. Thank you guys for watching.
Yep. YouTube, Instagram, At GK Williams NYC.
At Jules XMW.
And we on YouTube, the Julian GK channel. Yep. You know, subscribe. You know what I mean? Subscription for subscription. Like we're it's a community. We're all in this together.
Yeah,
brothers and sisters.
Yeah, man. So we're working on the graphics. I'm gonna get some fancy graphics down here soon. Working on that with my wife. So we'll get that done. But in the meantime, that's GK. I'm Julian. Thank you for watching. Jamaica Alpha.
Ow. Ooh. Ooh. Press ooh. Yeah, I'm singing this out.
Oh, okay. All right. Giving Aiden English a run for his money.